We discussed already how Calibrae enables a learn by doing experience through its unique exercise engine. We load it with data and it auto-generates an endless stream of learning scenarios, perfect for the try, review, refine approach. In this clip, we'll look at one of the 5 exercise types, the categories exercise. I'll add an activity of type exercise and select categories. Now I'm going to be building a really simple exercise about fruits. Oh, note the streaks here set by default to 5, more on streaks later. Now my task as course author is not to write questions, but to add to organize data that learners will interact and reason with. For the categories exercise, we organize data as, well, categories, each category having examples of things that belong to it. I'll add a citrus fruits category and a non-citrus fruits category. The more categories, the more data you add, the more scope the engine has to deliver real variety to the learner. In the citrus category, I'll add some examples: orange, lemon, lime, and grapefruit. And I'll add an image for each. Why not? We've seen already how we can use images from our image library. We've also got an integration with Pexels, a really nice royalty-free image provider that has a whole host of images that I can use as I like. Lemon, lime, and grapefruit. Okay, I'll also add some examples to the non-citrus category, again including some example images. And that's it. We create categories and add examples of things that belong to those categories, both text and images. Note how I've not authored any questions. I've just added data that the engine will present to the user to reason with and make deductions. Now looking at the advanced pane here, we see a whole bunch of different perspectives that the engine might take to present the data. Compare image to label, match image to statement, statement to image, and so on. All configurable, meaning we can enable or disable each perspective to suit our needs. So switching to learner view, well, I've no idea what the engine will present other than one of the perspectives and a random subset of data for me to reason with. Okay, an image, a question, and some choices. I have to reason with the data and make a choice. I'll say citrus. Great, I get it right, and I've got 1 streak out of 5. Next up, we get a completely different scenario. This time, a mix of images and labels belonging to the categories, and I've got to reason and sort them into the right categories. Now, it may be that I didn't really study the preceding lesson on fruits very well, and that so far, I've guessed my answers and have been lucky. With the exercise engine though, it won't be long before luck runs out. Obviously, the pear here is not citrus. Just notice the streak, 1 correct out of 5. So when I check, no, it's incorrect. And gosh, my streak has been reset to 0. I can't guess my way through an exercise. So what if I don't know? Well, remember, this is a learn by doing exercise. It's not a test. I should be able to learn from here just as much as from the previous teaching activity. So this is where I need some help to point me in the right direction and get me going again. That's where the hint button comes in. Every exercise has auto-generated hints, a clue at a time, to help me learn the bits I didn't really understand. Okay, so the pear is non-citrus, right. Great, the correct answer, and a tick in my streak. Now, with this question, I didn't know the pear was non-citrus. So, built to avoid mindless repetition, it's highly likely the engine will present next a different scenario for me to reason with. Let's see. Great, yes, this time a different question altogether. Image to multiple choice category, image to multiple choice labels, click the image that illustrates the label, true or false, matching label to image, each with hints to help as needed. Remember, it's not a test, that comes later. It's a space between teach and test to learn by doing, to apply and solidify understanding. So with 5 correct in a row, the system awards some points and the learner will probably move on to the next activity. Note how this activity has been set with a streak of 5 and with the need for 3 streaks, 3 visits over time, both of which are configurable. Now, I talk about an endless stream of learning scenarios. Clicking skip, well, see how every scenario is different from the last. As a learner, I can get it wrong over and over again with hints to help as I need them, each time having a different scenario to consider and reason with till I can do. Okay, one more thing real quick. Categories can be ordered, sequenced. Let's order citrus fruits by sweetness. I'll just sort them here real quick. And right, this one's a regular question, so we'll skip it. Okay, great. This one's a sequencing one. I need to sort the fruits in the right order. Great. Hints are still there if I need them. And the next question, this time a different sort of sequencing question. What is more sweet than a lime? That'll be orange. Nice. This categories approach works great for all sorts of topics, including soft skills. Here's an example about corporate values, each of the 5 values being a category, and each category having example values that belong to the category. The engine gets busy with the data and presents me with an endless stream of scenarios for me to reason with and apply my knowledge. So that's a quick introduction to the categories exercise, a space to learn by doing with an endless stream of auto-generated scenarios, allowing me to try, review, refine and repeat till I can do. Coming up, we'll look at the exercise engine's other exercise types.